Hi again, everybody. This is Dr. D with First Choice Chiropractic, and today I'm going to go over some simple things that we use with one of my favorite tools, the foam roller. Foam rollers, they come in all different shapes and sizes, mainly different sizes, but usually the diameter is about the same. So if you went on Amazon or you went into any of the stores, usually the diameter is about the same, but they come in 12-inch, 24-inch, 3-foot pieces. And most times they're the same type of density of foam. Every once in a while you'll find one with knobs on them that are supposed to work a little bit differently, but for the most part the beginners should start with just a regular simple foam roller like this. So people ask me when I tell them, hey, you should get a foam roller and roll out your muscles a little bit. It does the same type of idea as getting a massage, where we're start to work through some of that tissue, get some fresh blood flowing into the tissue so that those muscles heal up properly. Get some of the trigger points and knots out of there so that the muscle will elongate again, taking away tendinitises, taking away IT band syndrome, helping with the mid and low back issues, can help with headaches if you're rolling out the neck a little bit on it. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things that people often use a foam roller for, just to give people a decent idea of what we can use it for. Hopefully you pick up one or two of them and start using one at home. Again, this one I got on Amazon, or Claudia, I believe, ordered this on Amazon for me, and it was somewhere around $10. So they're not a very expensive tool, but they work very well for what they're worth. So one of the main things that I always tell people with the forward head posture issues that are going on is as they start to round those shoulders forward, as they hold their head out forward while sitting in front of a computer, doing activities in front of themselves, is that the mid-back takes on a lot of that force, a lot of that tension that develops. Our rhomboids are trying to pull those shoulder blades back. Because of that hyperkyphotic angle of the mid-back, we often get a lot of spasm around the ribs. So just simply rolling out the mid-back helps with that a lot. What we do with that is we're just going to simply place the foam roller on the floor. These are all exercises you're going to have to get down on the floor for. So when we get down on the floor with this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a seat. I'm going to place this sort of at the lower aspect of the mid-back, and then I'm just going to bring my arms up and just roll up through my thoracic spine. Rolling back and forth, get all the way up to the base of the neck there, trying to get all that tissue to loosen up. You can also cross the arms in front of you to open up those rhomboids a little bit there, trying to roll that out there. Now, what you're going to find is you might find some spots that are really tender in there. Those spots are usually areas of trigger points. So you want to go nice and slowly through there and try and get those areas to warm back up, trying to get those areas to break up. When it comes to rolling your low back, I'll often tell people I don't like them to roll directly on their spine like this. So I'll start it right at the mid-back area because we've got the ribs to help us a little bit, and then just ever so slightly turn to the side. And when we're rolling all those multifidi muscles along the side of the spine there, and you'll feel, like right here, I feel a little spot on myself that I need to work on, and it feels a little tender there, and as I work through it, that tenderness goes away over time. So you can roll all the way down to your pelvis, all the way up, trying to rotate both ways so you can hit both sides of the spine. Now, as I talked about in another video of ours about headaches, you can take this same type of foam roller and lie right back, tuck this right underneath the neck here, and the muscles right at the base of the skull are what are going to cause those types of headaches. So all you really have to do here is push the head back and rotate from side to side. That'll have to massage out the muscles at the base of the skull, so people who get headaches from the muscles at the base of the skull that innervate that nerve there, they can start to get some headaches from that. As we do this, it starts to loosen up that tissue. Now for all my runners out there, or all my people that have knee pain or any leg symptoms, IT band syndrome is one of the things that really we see a lot of times around the 10K, around the marathon type of training things that people do. The IT band runs from the top of the ilium, or the pelvic wing, all the way down the lateral aspect of the leg down to the tibia. That's why it's called IT. What we want to do is roll that by getting up onto our side, sliding that just below the hip. And what we're going to do is we're going to put our weight down on it and just slide back and forth like this. And that's going to roll out that lateral aspect of the leg. You'll feel some areas where there's some adhesions there that might need to be worked out a little bit more than others. But when you're holding yourself with the leg behind you, arms down like that, you can take a little pressure off if you need. Same type of thing happens in the front and the back of the leg. When we want to roll out the front of the thigh, what we're going to do is we're going to then put our leg back down here, get down almost the push-up position, and roll back and forth, up and down that thigh like that. You'll find areas of adhesion, areas where it's real tender, and what we want to do is focus on those areas a little bit before we move into more broader strokes. If you have one that's a little bit bigger than this, you can often span both legs. That's where they come in handy, and then it takes a lot of pressure off. Usually, unless you have some problems going on, the smaller one works the one leg better because you can start to angle the way that your body is in position on it. Same type of thing with the back of the leg. What we're going to do there, put the back of the leg on, roll up and down on the floor like this. So as you can feel, or as you'll see, I'm putting all the pressure on this leg. You want to add pressure onto it, cross the legs like that. That puts more pressure down onto that leg so that you can find those spots and roll them out there. Other than that, I mean, we can do simpler things where we roll the calves. Same type of thing, just putting the weight down on the calf, rolling up and down like this. So the idea again behind foam rolling is to create pressure into the muscles. As we work through that tissue, we're effleuraging that tissue and getting fresh blood to flow back into those areas again. That fresh blood is going to take away some of that toxin, that metabolic waste that's there, and it's going to get all that fresh blood in there, which allows healing. As those knots start to get released, then the tissue elongates, so any type of tendinitis, any type of a lot of muscle tensions that we have, as that muscle elongates, will take away a lot of that pressure and pain. So this is not for everybody. Obviously, if we have issues moving around on the floor, if we have blood clotting issues, things of that nature, we probably shouldn't do a whole lot of foam rolling. But if this type of a thing you need a little bit more instruction on, or you're finding that you're still having some symptoms afterwards, please give us a call at 804-726-6810. We'd be happy to check you out a little bit more thoroughly and maybe come up with some ideas of different ways that you can use a foam roller or other instrumentation to help. Thank you very much.